And it was too. Oh. Oh. Yes. But yeah, it was too. Well, I say Undernight was choking down a patch. The Undernight patch was only like 160 megabytes. The real length of time was the PS4 having to do its perverse, completely copy the game into like spare memory, and then copy like the patch into it and then copy it all back over itself or whatever the hell it does. It's perverse. Like the PS4's way of doing patches is simply perverse. So perverse they directly referenced it in like the PS5 spec talk they were having as a thing they've specifically fixed in the PS5. Which is like, thank God. Alright. This is probably gonna suck. Let's go. I intended to do this last night, but I got caught up watching Chris play Animal Crossing last night. He took longer on that Tunch demo game than I expected, so this is a bit later. But you know, this isn't as long as I like to do my regular one. That's interesting. Maybe that's like a holdover from like how they designed it for like PS3 and 360 or something. So even with PC specs and SSD and shit, it just takes forever because the game is just, I don't know, saving literally every single variable possible to a big fucking checklist. Or however the hell they orient it. That's most saves you've ever. Yeah. Let's go otherwise. Closing like taking damage projectiles. Well. We're off that flying start. The divide thing is fucking with me, because that's new. It says kill each other, but it's good inverse. Say by the way. So, okay, now it's do the dash and then immediately guard. Divide. But yeah, welcome to the next 10 minutes. You don't. So he starts guarding and then he just does dash guard at the same time. This demo is new, by the way. Don't ask me how he's doing that. Whoops. I like he's registering like quarter circle forward. He did it for a brief second. You cannot jump it. I'm trying to, like, I don't know if it will accept, like, double tap. I don't know if you have the time to do the double taps that take longer. The dash by hitting, like, two face buttons, but plus side is some fuckness. Veteran's off to a flying start. What the Vi thing is, maybe the patch put that in. The demo thing is also new. I don't know if that's just for this specific difficulty thing or what. Doing that consistently across the whole thing. I just want you to know, I don't think she can actually shoot that beam this fast in standard play. Because I have messed with her in like just, you know, training mode by myself. Getting it after the first dash, like doing the guard again. I would say it would be easier if I didn't like failure every time, but at this point it's not meant to be easy at this point. Yeah, sell them. May have to be one I try skipping, coming back and trying it a bit later. I'm pretty sure you cannot shoot projectiles that fast anyway, so it's kind of like a moot point, I feel like. You kind of have to do the crouch guard as well, because if it was like the standing guard, you have too much like recovery from the hit. Keep hitting the buttons before letting go of the thing. You know what, yeah, let's shuffle on, we'll try coming back to that. Demonstrate smart steer. Input or Alright, smart steer is the auto combo, right. I forgot about that. The nuts in the import. So simple enough. Scaling is applied to opponent's recovery state. Yeah, okay.
success.
Fair enough. Now we're getting into the technical shit now, aren't we? 'Alright, no, it is quarter circle for each time. Oh, it has been too long. Pardon me. Near, you see? I'm trying, like, I feel like I'm getting that too. This is the demo for reference. Or no. No, this is the demo. You know, it is that one. Alright. No, I need distance for that to work. Right, okay. Not it. One sec. Sort of getting it though. You just rock that quarter circle as much as you can. You can just string this shit together forever. And the controls of Dragon's a bit annoying. Ah, right. I guess that must be more annoying on a keyboard, because like playing on a controller as I do, that just feels like perfectly natural to me. I'm thinking on, I guess, yeah, if you had to like, I mean, I guess if you made it shift, it probably wouldn't feel so bad. Maybe, I don't know. I don't usually play a keyboard, but like us, that is the thing. Yeah, like on console, that's like that makes perfect sense and just feels completely natural. But I can see why that, considering you have so many other buttons. Hard, like, why wouldn't they just let you use another 3 regular buttons? Yeah, okay. No, that makes sense. When I try to go for this third quarter circle, I just end up doing like a different fucking move entirely. Fucking D-pad mainly. What's up? Alright, 1 second. Alright. Sorry, I just didn't notice something I needed to tend to briefly. It's fine. Something was just tied of space over there and I was like, oh, that's gonna fall. The cat was walking across there recently. Sweet ornament. And I just noticed suddenly, like, uh oh, that's fucking at the very edge of my desk. Wouldn't think being the same move twice would be so hard. Ah, he almost. Then I'm just doing this. Well, not that, like this, because I'm not fully doing the quarter circle. Nope. Stomach down. Roll. Roll. Square. Roll square. Roll square. I'm like slipping an up in there when I'm like accidentally hitting up as I go to like let go of my thumb on the D-pad, move to the thing. Not letting me, the thing is, when I go to roll, I then try and like immediately move back to down, but the end result is my thumb is not actually moving off of the D-pad. Do not have the finger dexterity for that yet. Well, at least not consistently anyway. So close. If I had just pulled off the fifth one, we would be good. The near victory annoys me more than anything. I have considered a fight stick, but I'm not sure if that would necessarily make it easier for me. In some ways I think it would, because if I'm like holding the entire stick and moving it with my hand, as opposed to like rolling on a D-pad with my thumb, I feel like I could probably more consistently do the directions at least. Whether I could then do the buttons, like that's up in the air. But it was an investment for a future month. Capture card, fighting stick, we got a lot under consideration. Say we. Me. The bank of me. Kills do feel annoying, speak with Magic Archer. That is pretty annoying. That is kind of very dumb. That's one of those they didn't entirely think through how to play this on the keyboard things. Which I guess to be fair, like Dragon's Dogma was from like what? 2010 to 2013, that era? Before Capcom really ramped up the PC support and began actually considering things fully and properly. That being said, like Devil May Cry 4's PC port was apparently fucking excellent. 2012. Okay, yeah, it was around that period anyway, the late PS3 360 period. From what I understand, they're generally better about it now. Although to be fair, Resident Evil is like, you know, generally Resident Evil and Monster Hunter are like, you know, easier fits for keyboard and mouse apparently. Don't ask why I'm doing this, and just the brain cells going. Sorry. Hey, her was peeking out from the default. Just why not jump up? Nice, we're just back to where I was. Always use Alt to aim. We use the right mouse to aim. Press Q before. You can only use the right mouse to aim if you press Q before, or if you press right mouse while pressing Alt and then let go of Alt, because otherwise right mouse is the melee attack. Fucking hell! That's all over the place. You can only use the right mouse to aim if you press Q before, or if you press right mouse while pressing Alt and then let go of Alt. Otherwise, right mouse is melee. That's fucking... Why on earth? Why on earth, Capcom? Tried using the stick for a second there, like, or maybe I could do a stick. No, not at all. Not at all. You met a dragon in Dragon's Dogma. Didn't go well. Was he rather dogmatic? No, actually, I don't believe that. I was going to disconnect the PS4 controller from the charger, but I'm kind of like, you know, nah. That is it. Well, I might let it just so I can, like, move the controller a bit further back without upsetting the console. It's getting that third one. Well, I say that I consistently can't consistently get past the second one, but I'm repeating this cycle so much. I might also go past this one after a point, just if I consistently can't do it. I might have to come back to these after playing the actual game for a bit. I don't want this to be like full or only the start of veteran tutorials. Yeah, a few more It's impossible for you at this point, is it? Fucking hell. I guess the dragons are just serious shit. Was it like out of the way on the map or something, or was it just around? And I guess it must be optional for the Ooh. Ah, okay, okay. That's neat though, having like just a balls hard fight tucked in like the furthest corner of the map. It's the sort of thing I want from like RPGs and open world stuff, just having hell things just hidden in like the far reaches of the land. Anything that's just like hellish hiding in a corner just tends to do it for me. Yeah, we'll shuffle on. We'll come back to some of these whenever we can. Delay cancel. I got delay when you cancel that. Okay, alright, I see. For a split second, I thought that meant it was just you start that way and then you don't. I was about to go a bit, but no, that's an actually sensible description. Sorry. Alright, pardon me. Blow one over there. Yeah, so attack or not quarterback. It's no, it's quarterback. Let's see. Sorry, wrong input entirely. Again, wrong input entirely. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Whoops. Okay, I see. When do you actually? Yeah, demo me that one. When do you want the next hits? Okay, I see. In the middle, you pause a bit after your first thing, and then you do it. Right. Let's see. It's the back B that's fucking with me a bit. Delaying too much in that I am not doing it. In the beginning, Kingdom Hearts a long time, filled with bandits are much stronger. I mean, I respect that, I do. Like, it's nice when an RPG has like that level of... I do especially like it when it's like near beginning stuff you just can't do for ages, like, you know, immediate obvious examples, the Dark Souls, the, like, after Fire, like, right from Firelink Shrine, you can just walk right into, like, the graveyard of leveled skeletons that will just destroy you. And on beyond, that's a whole dungeon that you shouldn't be doing until quite a bit later. If you're following, like, completely optimally, like, the story path such as this, you wouldn't be doing that until, like, the second half of the game, even. I've held down instead of left. Fucking. Again. Wrong input entirely. Did it just live? Whoops. That's it, okay, yeah, I'm just making sure. You know, there isn't. No, he does do it, definitely. I do it. Oh, right, no, because I'm not putting a delay between the two aerial hits. Right, right. Sorry about that. I had to mute for a bit. It's so close, and then he just flips. That's the point, is you went to the light so you can't tag him while he's down. Kind of impossible as no special abilities. Well, that's nice, at least. So, why you just wanna kite it, or you can chase, like, or you just wanna snipe it out from out of reach or something? Good shit. Come on. Sorry. I had it so many times there. I'm just... It's like, what's a delay in taking that out so I can like adjust seating position? You know what? It's like what, 20 frames roughly? I'm not exactly going to be able to kite that or anything, but yeah. Gives an idea. What's that? Don't miss it. I feel like I know what I'm doing wrong, but the articulation is you're not delaying it properly between hits. Oh, that felt like so right, and then it just wasn't. that last hit. That last hit every time. Ah, okay. That's the point. And can you like consistently hold aggro? Like, do you have the ability to like make it aggro on you mainly instead of your pawns? That is a beautiful image though. She'll be relying on Jinny to lead the charge and melee the living shit out of a dragon. I can see the suplex in my head now. That fucking fog. That was not... that was the C one, but it counted it actually. That's funny. Confused myself, I am. Looks like he goes down and crouches to hit the thing, but hit the button wrong at the wrong time. He just sits there and looks at him. Yeah, you need the attacks to stay behind everyone. I'm holding the thing right, but he just doesn't do the fucking thing. Sorry, scratch my leg. Right. Oh, he's done. There we go. She has this giant saw blade. Oh, excellent. That's fucking amazing. it's so ridiculously unnecessary. Just someone pins a fucking goblin, holds it trapped, and then just fucking holds it out to be executed. That's a fucking mental visual and a half. Eat your fucking heart out, Goblin Slayer, like. Change your guard position accordingly. Okay. Didn't we already do one like this? I think we already did one like this, didn't we? Wait. Guard. I guess that's the point, you don't know if it's from her animation if it's overhead. Oh no, I see. She's right. Okay. That's the overhead, because when she does a low one, she actually does it like that. There we go. Yeah, no, we did one like that before, I'm pretty sure. Guard fast attacks looking at striking as low attacks. Jump attack mixed with low attack. The opponent jumps to standing, and then just as they're about to land, jab him. Sorry. Just as they're about, okay, yeah, just as they're about to land. Still with low attack, so guard the jump attack and get a fuzzy counter. Oh wait, no, I'm her now, okay. I did do standing there. I don't think I get it. Starts everybody trying to take on the strongest. I am not surprised by that at all, honestly. Like, not at all. Okay, so he is going to do either or, not just one, always jump attack and then... Right, okay. It's not really a whiff to low attack then, is it? Alright. Don't do more than one jab. Just hit him as he lands. It's just basically notice if he's attacking or not. And try to react in time. He basically starts his attack like after the middle of the arc. Dear. Fucking. It's basically just my reaction time is bordered on human. It's annoying me though. The encoding just keeps saying it's over. I fucking thought, like, for a while after I changed the settings, it was perfectly fine and never had the issue. And now with the same settings completely untouched, it's just having the issue fucking constantly. Actually, changed my fucking screen setting there. It did move me off of ABR. With, I guess, the OBS updates made on it. It just doesn't like me. I'm willing to bet even when I get the fucking like the one that goes in the motherboard, it's still gonna like shit itself and just encoding overload it constantly, and basically I'll be cursed to never have the fancy 100% flawlessly smooth video everyone else gets. Fucking. It is just, even when I do know he's going to do it, I can't hit the button fast enough consistently to tag him. It is kind of just guessing, honestly. I'm just trying to, like, predict based off of nothing, actually. You can see her go to attack, I'm just like, fucking frames lit. And that was just, you know, guessing wrong. And preemptively at that. I was just way too early.
話にならないな。それじゃダメ。テイルだ。話にならないな。話にならないな。それじゃダメだ。
Oh. There. Teching frames. I noticed this much, actually. There's a point where, upon being grabbed, I managed to tech out. Okay. He's missing his lore. He's like, outside of things relevant to the story, absolutely nothing. Story takes place in the world, Dragon's Dogma feels like it's built around the main story and nothing else. Yeah, I can sort of get that. Because I'm being honest, especially around that time, it's not like Capcom was exactly doing great for writing. Like, didn't exactly have like a stable of known and accomplished, you know, like writers on hand in that the era Dragon's Dogma was made in. They got them all back come like this generation with like, you know, Devil May Cry 5 and everything, but you know, more seriously, like it's probably just they didn't, you know, they probably literally just didn't think about it. They probably just like thinking about it. I can't really think any time that Capcom's done a major open world RPG like that. You know, like the closest sort of game you could say they did like that I can think of anyway was technically not even developed by them. It was a, you know, Okami, developed by Clover, and that's not exactly an RPG. But yeah, it's probably just something, you know, that didn't occur to them or just didn't think to do or whatever come development and everything. I always think. Oh fuck, it's coming back. Let's go and sneeze. Okay, no. It's faded again. Okay. All stands rotate A, and Gordo's quarter circle back A. Able to grab opponents with their guard up. Makes sense, command grabs and all. Yeah, like, you know, I'm beginning to wonder, like, given that, I wonder if Dragon's Dogma actually started as like a big grand RPG, if it actually started as like, you know, a more straight action game or something, and then evolved into an RPG. Or perhaps like, you know, because that seems like the sort of thing, like, if they didn't give consideration to it, they may not have had it on the cards in the very start of things, you know? I mean, it could also just be, you know, the writing, like a writer's perspective, it's just they just didn't think about that at all. They were just like too busy preoccupied with the gameplay and everything. No teching. Yay. Crouching A with Tekken. Opponents will find this very irritating. Hold that, and then... Crouching guard up, once you input that, hold it down and time. So... Crouching guard, when they come in, do the thing, hold that down. It was, yes, but I don't know if it was made by the Devil May Cry team, if you know what I mean. Like, he was the director, but at the same time, he hadn't been allowed to direct a new Devil May Cry at that point. This is the dark age where Capcom didn't like money. So, like, DMC was, you know, being developed, and, you know, they're paying off journalists who were to try and sell it to people as, like, superior, supreme Western-made Devil May Cry, and all the rest of it. And it was generally not a happy time for him, actually. Like, that was he mentioned in interviews in the run up to 5 that was not a very happy time for him, and he was, like, really considering beginning to quit over that time in the next few years. Because Capcom just wouldn't let him make the game he wanted to. So it's probably just, like, given that, and given that, probably a new thing to him, he probably just didn't think to direct, like, hey, we should have, like, fleshed out world, like, lots of writing about, like, world building and shit. Probably didn't think to, just, like, purely functional writing stuff. He made it in 2000. Okay, that was something he's been sitting on for ages. Prior to working on Devil May Cry 2. What the fuck made him? Then, I mean, that does kind of strike me as he's wanted to make it, but he probably wanted to make it for the gameplay rather than, like, writing the world or whatever. So the design doc is probably more for the gameplay and, like, the aesthetic and shit than it is. You're not given any consideration to the writing, that being said. I mean, granted, it's hard to know because, like, there's so many people involved, especially in Capcom Productions. It's kind of like, no. Analyzing it from this perspective is awkward. I think just from a plain old perspective, it's just they didn't think about it, honestly. What am I doing here? I don't. Yeah, skim through that. There probably is some, like, you know, something you can glean from it in relation to that. Okay, I sort of get it. So in 2000 was an RPG with pawns, like literal chess pawns, I suppose. Oh, this is a fuckness. Inputting 4 down A, C, and D. So that's square, circle, and X. If you're gonna need a frame of reference here. Well, you set up attack into the empty air C, down C. Down forward C. Returning the directional input down back after that, which will wait a while. Oh, okay, right. So the actual server partner idea. Alright. Hello, Narc. What is an R? Since 2000 he was thinking about that. It's kind of nuts. What was that? I sat up and something clicked. One sec. Just moving that. Okay. Okay, let's try this. So oh. Alright. Managed to successfully pitch it up in 2008. Okay, that makes sense because then 2012 release. Devil May Cry 4 had been on that, and then they've been moving to make DMC. That would make sense because then, in like the final 6 months or whatever of like the Ninja Theory DMC, he got called on to like direct and like try and fix the fucking disaster of a game that was, and just managed to make it from a complete and total disaster to just something that's kind of shit. He's not a miracle worker. That makes sense. He would have been riding high then, because Devil May Cry 4 actually sold fuck tons for when it came out. Not even just for when it came out, just in general. In spite of its own development difficulties. Let's see. A Western RPG with pawn system. Like, Western RPGs at the time were like, what though? Like, Witcher 1 would have happened. I don't think Witcher 2 would have happened at that point. There's the Elder Scrolls, there's... Would Mass Effect 1 at least would have happened by that point. Fable 2, okay. Yeah, sorry, Fable, right? That makes more sense. Oblivion as a reference point actually also kind of makes sense thinking about it. The bits I've seen of Dragon's Dogma, those were the inspiration. Okay. I'm only sad they didn't take like the best inspiration. They just have like six voice actors to do all the voices in the entire game, and they did all their lines going down alphabetically. That's still the most amazing thing to me. You could innovate on it by having like Itsuno, who doesn't really speak English or anything himself, just have him like be the voice acting director for English voice actors, just like the 90s. Then it would have been like fucking high art. What am I doing here? Theoretically, the opponent decides a wit to whiff your attack. This is where backstepping was attacking. Good backstep will attacking. Crouching guard, and when they're in range, wait before inputting backstep, hold that in time. I just went straight for the grab. Sorry, one sec. Okay. Man, what do you mean when you say this? Okay, no, I see, right. Did him separate. Right. Ugh. Oh. Yeah, hold is a bit of a questionable word choice. I'm not entirely sure. What are you doing? Because he just tapped. Okay, no, he is doing all of them at once. So that it is basically just do the attack while also holding B. Okay, right. I see. Yeah, I'll go back. Sorry, I accidentally hit up Twitter. Didn't mean to reset that though. Whoops. Now it's like, oop. Doing that way too early. So what do you say here? Okay. Only agreed after he decreased the game to fit the difference. Yeah, that sounds like... That doesn't just sound like a typical game publisher from that time. That sounds very typical Capcom from that time. Let's just, you know, just make the game worse. Let's just make it cheaper and worse. It doesn't matter, like, how well it'll do. Otherwise. Like... So. The whole thing was mainly carried over from DMC4. So that's what they were. True. Back to me, actually. Also noticed the guy that with DMC but thought it wasn't visually impressive. Now, again, very Capcom-ish of the time. Graphics were everything for... Oh, why did I hit the reset? I don't even know how I really got the first success. Nah, it's gone.
逃がすありえねえ捉えたなれよっと逃がす逃したそれなれよっと逃したよっと逃がしたどこだこっからだ上からか離せよよっと読める逃がす逃したよっとそれになんで逃がそうはいくか逃がそれよっどこだまだだ逃がしていくぞ逃がありえねえそれ危ねえ
You grab him.
逃したそれになんでどこだこっからだ離せよそれこそまだだどこだこっからだよっとどうってことねえんだよよっと逃がすぞ逃がさそれこっからだありえねえそれなれよっとよっとそれ逃したどこだそれやるじゃねえかそれまだだそうはいくかそれになんで逃がさねえそれこっからだ逃がさねえどこだそこだやるじゃねえかそれ逃がす捕らえたまだだ行くぞよっ高まえ権限の力よよっとよっとこうだったか捕らえた危ねえ
Backflipping, you idiot.
こっからよっと捕らえたこっからだ逃したそうってことねえんだよそれ危ねえそれまだだ行くぞ聞かねえよ逃がさねそれあんなやるじゃねえかそれこっからだ離せよどう作ったそれこっからが勝負だぜ逃がさねえ
Thinking about it, like,
逃がさね
I would have been like super early to actually announce Dragon's Dogma thinking about it, considering when it did release.
やるじゃねよっと読めてるぜ読めてるぜ捕らえた危ねえ危ねえそうはいくかよっとそれありえねえこっからだそれになんでそれ聞いたぜおいよっこうだったかどこだやるじゃねえかそれ聞いたぜおい捕らえたなれよっとよっと行くぞそれになんで行くぞそれ逃がすよっとどこだやるじゃねえか離せよそれになんで上からかよっと逃す離せよそれやるじゃねえかそうはいくか逃したぞ
This season is at 2010. Oh, like even DMC, like the Ninja Theory one. I don't entirely get that one, if I'm being honest. I mean, I get like the theory of it, I guess. No, it makes more sense then. Yeah, that would have been a reasonable time for him to announce it. In some ways, it's actually better that they didn't. While like, the reasoning for not announcing it at that time is wrong, they ended up being right not to announce it, because it absolutely would have been fucking, you know, like, devoured and just buried in the, you know, DMC news cycle and the entire disaster that was. Wait a second. So, you know, by keeping it like off being its own thing, that actually benefited, I would argue. That means it had its own time to debut and everything. Oh, pardon me. Oh, pardon me. Jump A is angle downward. Go dash and you throw, use crouching on your assault, of course. Crouching guard up, and when they're in range, whip before you inputting. Back jump, crouch A, hold it, then time D. This trial's hard, good luck. Oh boy. Here we go. So, crouching guard, then jump, then back down for back crouch hit, hold it, time. So how? Let's see what we're doing. Detect it. Alright, okay. It's not, it's aerial. Alright. Alright, the hold the air button, you dipshit. Move it back over. I'm not holding the fucking A button. Still not holding it. He was just going straight for the grab. Sorry for continuing to resetting that.
逃げやがるとって逃がさこれとらえなれよっとよめてるぜ作った
Oh, really? I'm just getting the tech wrong.
逃がされ逃げやがるありえねえ逃がされ耐えてみせるそれ逃がされなんぶね逃がせそれこそ逃がめそれそれだそれ逃がさそうはいくかなんぶねそれだ離せよ逃がすぞなんぶね逃がさどうだ離せよそれやるじゃねえか逃がすぞ逃がさねえ逃がさ耐えてみせる逃がさどうだそれとらえ耐えてみせるぞとらえたこっからだそれまだだぞありえねえ逃がとらえ逃がさ強い逃がさぞなれよっと逃がさとらえたどうだまだだどうだそれとらえたなれよ逃がさねそれぞ逃がさねそれだやるじゃねえか逃せ耐えてみせるそ逃がさ逃がさいいねこうだった逃がさねこうだったかそれ逃がさそれそれそれやるじゃねえか逃がさ逃がる強い
Smacking buttons, pardon me.
作ったそれ耐えてみせる逃が作ったそれ作ったと強い逃があれになんねえ読める作ったそ逃げやがる捕らえたやるじゃねえか
Fuck that. And rocking like back down and then back up is like murdering the thumb.
強い強い逃がさねえなんだありえねえそれそれそれそれ耐えてみせる逃がさそれどうだってことねえんだよ作ったそ逃がさそれ捕らえた
Man, you weren't kidding. This is a hard one. You know, he is just inputting like. Right. I mean, he's jumping out at the start, I mean.
せよ逃が見えねえ逃が耐えてみせる逃がさねえ行くぞこの程度それどうなるよっとこうだったかそれ逃がし
Mostly I'm just getting the tech.
読めてるぜこうだったかトライそれこそ逃がさ強いこうだったか逃がさねえぞこうだったかどうやってみせるそれやる逃がさねえ逃がさね
Sorry, hang on.
えありえねえそれ
Those that deserve that.
聞かねえよやがるこうだぜ逃がさそれこのどうだこのそれ逃がさ捕らえたもうぶね逃がさそれ捕ら見えねえこうだったか取ったそれやがる作った捕らそれ捕らあれよったそうはいくか行くぞ見えねえまだだ逃がさねえ逃がさねえ逃がさねえこの程度かそれ逃がさ行くぞ見えねえありえねえそれこっからだ一丁だこっからだ耐えてみせ
By
る
Haru Murata, pardon. Yeah, the world is for Street Fighter and Dark Sculptors, holding back on starting period by Toku Ikehara, who's most members working the Red OC Darkfire 4. He's also a writer for the Not-So-Old OC Mega Man X8. Mega Man X8 was a bit of a tire fire for writing. And, a lot of things, but also the writing. Well, that X7 was also good. I forget. X7 was the first PS2 one. I remember that being fucking miserable. I forget. It's been fucking years. Bingo Morihashi also worked on it. He was one of the writers for DMC 2, 3, 4, and Blaze by Cloud Trigger. Damn. So he wrote a bunch of DMC novels. 見せる強いってことねえんだよ行くぞ見えねえ作ったトライ So he worked on as a writer on was Bayonetta 2. That was a while ago, actually. Pretty play for the writing isn't that one. It was a while ago though. There's a few more worlds. I'm just mindful of the time. What? Alright, well apparently I did it. Oh, that's the demo. I went through the demo without realizing it. This isn't like one of the missions, this is the tutorial. That was the demo. I'm just a fucking idiot. Devil May Cry 5 was a nightmare. I heard, know of that. I haven't actually seen it by reading it or anything. Cat is rocking as his hard. Coming in to say hello, I think.
それ逃がありえねえ作ったとら逃がさせ作った逃がさせ逃がった逃がったことねえんだよ作ったそ逃がさってことねえんだよ
We took multiple trips to Europe to study the landscape. Great enough.
こっからそれ捉えた
Can't imagine what that would be like. Like you just get sent on a trip with work to effectively go sightseeing and take photos, really, and sometimes actually like partake in like restaurants and shit for local culture. It's not like all fun and games, but it is kind of arcade.
やるじゃねえかそれ逃した読める逃がさたそれそれ危ねえ捉えた離せよそれ危ねえそれになんでそれ危ねえ逃がさたそれこの危ねえ逃がしまだだあれよっとそれ逃がさ逃がす読めてるぜ行くぞ見えねえそれになんでどうだそれそれ
My ears being moved.
逃がさねえ読めてるぜそれそれ逃がさねえあれよっと作ったそ逃がさねそ逃がさ逃げやがる読めてるぜ行くぞ捕らえた逃がさ耐えてみせるどうだ逃げやがる聞かねえよ行くぞ作った俺逃がさねえ逃がさ作ったとら強い作ったそれやるじゃねえかどうだこっからだやがりそう
Don't ask. Just smacking the button. My apologies. Money.
読める強い逃がさそれになんでそれこうだったかそうだそら危ねえそうだそらあれよっと逃がすぞ逃した捕らえた危ねえ金言の力そういくかどうだ捕らえたそれ危ねえこの程度か作った捕ら強いどうだ耐えてみせるそれ逃がさないでみせるやがる強い逃がさどうだそれこうだったか逃がさねそれ逃がさまだだ逃がさどうだまだだ逃がさねありえねえそれやがる逃がさない捕らえたあれよっとありえねえ逃がさねえ逃がさないてみせる行くぞそれ見せるそれ
The demo doesn't exactly help with anything. Is that split second like pause in its breath?
ったとらとらえたまだだまだだありえねえとらえたなれよっとそれ逃がさ禁止高まれ高まれと逃がさとらえたもんぶねそれとら逃がさそれになんでと逃がさってそれになんで権限の力がさね高まれ逃がとらえたこっからだ逃が
They're not
なれよっと逃がそう耐えてみせるぞどうだ逃がさってそうはいくか
got smart stereo.
こうだそれこうだったか聞かねえよ逃がなれよっと逃がとらえ逃がさありえねえとらえたもんぶね逃がさないぞそれになんでとらえたなれよっとそうはいくかやりやがれ
It's not just the
ねえ
hell.
んだよ
You do have to have the hell, I guess.
逃がすぞ捕らえたまだだ逃がすそれ作った捕らこうだったかやがれやがれそう離せよそれこっからだいっそこうだったかありえねえ逃がさやがれ耐えてみせるそれやるじゃねえかそれほらやがるのどこだどこだもんぶね作ったそれありえねえぞとら逃がさありえねえとら逃がさぞあれになんねえぞそうはいくか逃がすとらえたこっからだ
In this visual version of the game is substantially larger than the final, including the whole of Grand Sis, a dungeon with the lore and the green worlds and root.
やるじゃねえか
What that?
あれになんでとらえたもんぶね
Makes me think of Fire Island before that. Just every time it's like go to the moon, I always just think of Final Fantasy 4.
作ったとら逃がさとら作ったそはどうねえんだよ作ったとら逃がさこうだったぜこうだったそれとらえたなれよっととらえたなれよっ
Just
と
throw him instead.
読めてるぜ作ったとらえた
We'll give it a few more worlds, but since we're getting close to the TR mark, I might call it.
こっか
I'll submit the other thing next week after I had another look at it, because I was thinking over my head, it's like I should look at that first for the thing I want to do. Oh, my nose.
それ見せるこうだったか全部入れファーストすごいサード捉えたもんぶねこの程度かこうだったかそれになんでそれ
No.
こ作ったそれやるじゃねえか聞かねえよまだだ逃がさそれもんぶねどこだこの逃げるぞそれ捕らえたこ作った捕らえた逃がさねえ作ったとどこだもんぶね
That's a this one.
なれよっと逃がさそれ
Oh, he's not holding A.
離せよ逃がすぞ
No, he's just couldn't doing the tech. He even did a DAD there, actually.
やるじゃねえかそれまだだ逃がさねえぞ逃がさねえ捕らえたそれそうはいくかどうだ逃がさ離せよそれだ行くぞ離せよ逃が危ねえ行くぞ見えねえそれ逃がさねえまだだ逃がさねえよれちょこれ捕らえたあれよっとどうだこっからだ逃がそれこの見えねえ逃がし離せよそれ逃がさねえどこだそれ逃がさねえとら逃がさねえそうはいくか行くぞ引かねえよ逃がさねえどうだまだだそれ離せよ
Our turning Neil work against the, yeah, that was the big thing, especially a lot like at that gen at that time, was developers who'd never used open world stuff having to just suddenly do it because the overlord said, well, you need it. It needs to be open world, otherwise we no one will buy it. Completely our new audio systems. That's kind of funny given, you know, the offset thing with Dragon's Dogma is the audio being a bit wacky when it comes to like audio lines triggering all the time. Them having like fucking with a completely new system to them actually kind of makes it make a lot more sense. Hello. Luigi's coming. What's up with you? What are you sitting on that for? That's because you're half sitting on the iPad charging cable. Oh. Holy sack scratching kitty cat. Sometimes you have the church bells echoing from afar towards the capital. That is nice. Focusing on the importance of a church in like a medieval Europe-inspired world is a nice thing, considering, like, you know, especially at that time, you know, towns and shit were built around churches, essentially.
そうはいくかあれよっと
He does do the up down, so it's like 2 frames of input, so he doesn't jump or anything. How helpful.
やるじゃねえか逃がさねえ捕らえたな逃がせるぞやりやがる
The demo fucks it a bit.
耐えてみせるそれだまだだまず耐えてみせるぞ逃がさねえ逃がせるぞあれよっと逃がさ離せよどうだ逃がされやりやがる逃がさねえそれあれよ耐えてみせる逃がすどうだすごい行くぞ逃がさねえ捕らえ
Hello. That brings us over 2 hours. I think I'm gonna call it there. For tonight. Partly because the rocket trying to rock like down back down up so quickly as like murdered my thumb a bit. But also because just that's 2 hours of it now, and I think I will do it. Not sure how I'm gonna do next weekend. I might just say fuck it and just be like, alright, come back to the veteran tutorial when you're actually, you know, anything approaching a veteran of the video game. Then next time it'll be like, you know, arcade or online or some shit, or story mode or whatever. Actually fighting shit. Especially since Granblue's gonna be out by then, so blah. But it's gonna be a fun one, starting 2 other things on top of this, I think. Auto Adjustments the engine, which was made for stage-based action RPGs. I mean, I wouldn't call Devil May Cry an action RPG. Well, I mean, that was the, oh, fuck was that engine called at that time? It was a very good one. They used that engine for, like, goddamn everything. It's the main in-house Capcom engine. So, like, that was used for, like, fucking, like, Street Fighter, Resident Evil, Ace Attorney. Fucking everything was put into that goddamn engine. They just used it all the time. I wasn't Phantom Ray, that was the one they were trying to make and then ended up scrapping for the RE engine. I forgot the name of it. I think it was a fucking workhorse. They used that on like goddamn everything from like the PS3, 360 gen on. And fucking Monster Hunter Worlds made it even. And they fully transitioned to the RE engine now, which is what they use for all the stuff. And well, not all their stuff, but they use it for their console stuff. It's a goddamn good engine as well. That makes sense because like that in like Devil May Cry stage based, Resident Evil stage based, Street Fighter in a sense stage based, Ace Attorney in a sense stage based. Yeah, they're all things that don't have big wide open worlds or whatever. They're like segmented, fixed locations, I suppose. So that makes a lot of sense actually. They'd have to like extend it and like build upon that. I have faith in their ability to do it though, because Capcom's like engine developers are like some of the finest you'll find outside of the actual major engine, like Epic and Unity and shit. Like I said, them Capcom are some of the best around, and Square Enix. Well, Square Enix is an heavy track record, but they're okay. I mean, not Square Enix. Think about it. Luminous is a fucking gorgeous engine, but also it's apparently shithouse to develop for. So. Ugh. Now, World Offset. Huh. Oh wait, no, I get what that means, I think. So you had to like keep an eye on around the player based off of where you are. But yeah, that's gonna be me for the night. Next stream is Tuesday. It'll be Invisible Ink again, finishing that out. There might be another one during the week, we'll see. And then next weekend is gonna be actually trying the multi-game weekend thing. So it'll be this, maybe Grand Blue, and then probably a third thing. But yeah. Thanks for coming out, thanks for watching. I don't even know if... No, Chris has stopped streaming, so there's that. So yeah, we'll just shuffle on. Thanks for watching, and see yous.